show of hands real quick. Who has heard of the concept? Awesome. Okay, so if you haven't heard of the concept, then that's cool too, because I'm going to talk about that. And basically, a hackerspace is a place where pretty much artists, crafters, technologists of all kinds can come together and work on their projects. It's non-profit, it's member-driven, so it's a space that basically people come together and make together. It's kind of like a co-op, like you could call it a hacker collective, I guess. And we're not communists or anything, but common interests are usually computers, technology, digital and electronic arts, crafts, and people come together, meet, socialize, and collaborate on the projects that they're working on. And it's cool because sometimes there's somebody who's really into an art project that meets with somebody really into an electronics project, and together they make some sort of like sweater that lights up or something. So some cool stuff happens when you get a bunch of people interested in that kind of thing. It's a little bit like a co-working space, but more dedicated towards play. So yeah, Triangle Hackers. That's what we started. I originally started a hackerspace with my husband, Alan, raise your hand, in Rochester, New York, and we started Triangle Hackers to get an idea of who in the Triangle was interested in this kind of a space. Because these spaces exist worldwide. There are over 500 hackerspaces around the world in big cities, small cities, all kinds of areas. And they're all different because of the member-driven environment. All of the members kind of slant the hackerspace in a specific direction depending on who's there and what interests are there. So as you can see from the map, there are many hackerspaces around the world. Berlin, San Francisco has a really awesome one. There's one in Chicago, Dublin, Toronto. Over 500 of these around the world. So we're bringing them to the Triangle, which we think is really awesome, and we want to have them ideally in every area of the Triangle. Right now we have one in downtown Durham, and hackers, yeah. So I've been talking about this hackerspace thing, and I've been using the word hacker constantly, but what is a hacker? They turn your computer into a bomb, they steal your password and ruin your life. Like that's normally what people think of when they think of hackers. But our idea of what a hacker is, and the types of people who go to hackerspaces are people who think outside the box, take things apart, to put them back together, just see how they work. And in that whole process of repurposing things, there's this process of innovation that just happens. It's not like you set out to innovate, it's like you innovate because of the process. And one of the hackerspaces that's more popular in media, you may have heard of them, maybe not, NYC Resistor. One thing that I think is really cool that they have a sandwich making robot, so you can say like, robot make me a sandwich, and it makes you a sandwich. And they have a cocktail mixing robot, which is also really awesome, and they bring it out to their parties. They have the MakerBot, which is a 3D printer. And I don't know how many people are familiar with 3D printing, but basically you put this 3D printer together with a little bit of soldering skills and some time, and for $900 you can have something that prints actual real objects. Interlock is the hackerspace that I came from. I helped found that originally. I knew nothing about hackerspaces, and somebody approached me and my husband, and we had a meetup group at the time that was really nerdy, and they were like, hey, you guys should like extend your nerdness into like more crafty, makey type stuff. And we're like, sweet. So a hackerspace in the Triangle, we did it, and I'm going to talk about how we did it. My husband gave this similar talk only a month ago, and got steam going for starting a hackerspace in the Triangle, and within a month we had a space, and we're doing it now. And these are pictures of our current space. So what we did was we spread the idea. We had the Triangle Hackers meet up to start a hackerspace inside the Triangle, and a lot of people showed up, and I know some people in this room showed up too, so that's pretty awesome to see you guys again. And so you're kind of hearing this twice, but August 6th was when we had that meetup, and September 10th is when we opened our doors. We started meeting weekly. We met at Tech Shop, which is really awesome, and if you want like laser cutters and things like that, definitely go to Tech Shop. We met weekly partially to get to know everybody's strengths and get to know who was really into the idea so that we could basically form our group around those types of people. we started looking for space, and we found really cheap, affordable space in downtown Durham. It's in a fairly safe location. I know this is Raleigh, so I'm kind of crossing borders there, but it's an awesome space, and it's 1,400 square feet, and it rules. So we formed officially. We did all the stuff that hackers don't really normally think about. And that was kind of my job, and it's not as much fun as it seems, I'm sure. But we formed as a North Carolina state nonprofit, and we're working towards 501c3 status so that we can get tax-deductible donations and all that fun stuff. Good thing that slide is over. We're going to have weekly meetings and events, and collaborate on projects, reach out to the community, and spread the word. And that's really the big thing about Hackerspaces, because people don't really know about them. They don't know what it's about. It sounds a little scary at first, but if you go up and you show up, it's awesome. So times that you can show up, every Monday we have a craft and make night. We're going to have a learn to crochet night coming up. Every Tuesday is our open meeting and show and tell. You can see projects people are working on. Thursdays we just have open hours from 7 to 10. And Sunday, this coming Sunday, we have a programming night, so any computer programmers come and hang out with us. You can go to trianglehackers.com to learn more about this. Follow us on Twitter. Either one of those Twitters will work. We're currently called the Durham Makerspace, but we're looking to change our name, so maybe you can learn something from Design Company. And thank you so much.